Let's now listen in to the man himself. Gregsnow is here with us in studio. He's a professional golfer, and the Safaritour is actually going on. This is leading to the 2020 magical Kenyaopen, and it is amazing what they're doing just to promote golf ahead of this amazing tournament that we'll see it this year. So a huge European also tournament that will feature big golfers. Karibu sana Greg, welcome to the studio. First of all, congratulations for just winning that Muthaiga leg. I know winning home means a lot to you. How did you feel when you were told that you have won the leg?
Thank you, thanks for having me once again. It was a difficult week, to be honest. I started off very well the first 2 days of the event. Struggled a bit on the third round of the event. But I knew going into the last day I had to shoot a very good score to have a chance of winning the event. The likes of the players that were in front of me. But in terms of that, I'm really pleased with my performance last week.
Yeah. Let's now quickly get to people knowing you. I know we have covered so many stories of yours. We had talked earlier, but we wanted people to actually know who's this Gregsnow they hear about every day on TV. So tell us, who is Gregsnow and how did you get into golf?
I grew up, my family used to play golf, a lot of golf, my brother, my sister and my dad. And I started picking up the game from my dad. Used to go play with him on Sunday mornings at Safaritour Golf Club, and I started picking it up from there. I decided when I was about 13 that I want to take it very seriously, and after that I got a golf scholarship to America when I was 18 years of age, and I did 4 years out in America in Texas.
And when did you turn professional?
From there I turned professional in 2011. I went out to North Carolina in 2011 to play out there, and then I came back home after that to play in tournaments back locally.
Yeah. What have been some of your major highlights this far?
Obviously, winning the Order Merit last year on the Safaritour was a big highlight, and winning 3 events last year as well. Not only that, finishing 10th in the Kenyaopen 3 years ago, did really well there, and I hope to carry that form on to this year.
Yeah, we've also seen, before we just continue to now more details about the Safaritour, we also saw before even the Muthaiga leg kicked off or thicker greens, there have been these golfing clinics for the young ones. What do you think about that? Because before, some years back, we wouldn't hear of such.
I think it's a great cause for upcoming local people who haven't played golf or haven't got the background to play golf. I think it's a very good idea that we're having clinics now, helping all these youngsters coming up.
Let's talk about Safaritour. You won the last edition, now it's in its second edition, and we saw this, yesterday was the third win of this specific edition. What do you think about the Safaritour and how you fared on this season? Because 2 days ago, we saw Justice Mador, what he did. Going into yesterday's play, we also saw we had like 8 people getting, 8 of you would have won it, either 8 would have won it. So what do you think of this Safaritour and how it has been for you so far?
I would like to thank the Kenyaopen Golf Limited, obviously, for bringing up a tour like this. I mean, without that, we wouldn't have anything to play for, really, for the whole of the year coming to the Kenyaopen. So I would like to thank them. I think it's a very good tour. It's getting more and more competitive every year. All players coming from East and Central Africa, so it's getting very, very difficult. There's a lot of good players coming up now.
Yes. Third on the standings, what do you think, do you want to retain this? What are you willing to do to make sure you retain it?
My goal is to obviously try to win the last 3 events on this leg coming to Kenyaopen, and obviously trying to win the Order Merit. My biggest goal is trying to win the Order Merit. Finishing top of the Order Merit would be a big thing going into the Kenyaopen, giving me a lot of confidence going into the Open. Okay.
You've also played for the Sunshine Tour. How was the experience compared to the Safaritour and all these other events you've been part of?
What can I say? Sunshine Tour is a very, very difficult golf tour. I played out there in last year, towards the end of last year. It was very difficult. We're playing 120 players qualifying for, we're making the cut for 30 spots, which is pretty difficult, but it's a very competitive golf tour. It's a very good tour to play on. Hopefully I can go back out there this year before the Open, just after the last event of the Safaritour. I want to do 2 weeks out there before I come back for the Kenyaopen, but great experience. I learned a lot out there, and I wish to go back.
Wonderful. Let's now talk about the 2020 magical Kenyaopen. Everyone is looking forward to this. This is a big deal. This is a big event. We're expecting pro golfers, many of them, the big names. How are you getting ready for this?
Preparation is a very big key coming to this Open. I've learned a lot of stuff for the last 4 years. I've not done my preparation properly, been burnt out going to the event or less prepared going into the Kenyaopen. So this year I'm going to take a different approach to the Kenyaopen in preparation, in terms of I'm going to take 2 weeks off the week before the Open. So I have 2 weeks to rest coming into the Kenyaopen, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. As a nation, the most supported sport here in the country is actually football, but with your name everywhere, Dismas, Indeza, Justus Madoya, people are actually now shifting and turning and seeing that golf is just not a rich man's sport, that everyone, including the golfing clinics, that are actually supporting young talent. What do you think of this slow shift that's being done to just concentrate on golf?
I think it's a great thing, especially now having a European Tour event to play for as local players, and hopefully we can get in a few more events like the Challenge Tour event, a little bit smaller than the European Tour as well, with the Kenyaopen as well. But in terms of that, I think it's a good thing for us. It can only get better and bigger. So hopefully some corporate sponsors can invest in the Safaritour.
Yeah. So before you walk out to just go play golf, and just what goes on through your mind during that moment? What do you say to yourself before you walk out?
It's really difficult. The key is to get focused. I mean, you got a game plan that you've picked. You got to think about what you got to do on the day, execute the game plan. Just in terms of that, just keep yourself positive the whole way through and stick in the moment. Yeah.
Any challenges when it comes to playing golf?
Very many challenges. You got to really stay focused on the golf course. So it's really very easily to get distracted and obviously get worked up. But really just staying in the moment, being patient on the golf course, I think is a very big key into succeeding.
Yeah. Role model in the golf world?
It's got to be Tiger Woods. No, it's got to be Tiger Woods, especially
the legend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's, as you saw there, he has been nominated for the Laureus Award. Advice to the young upcoming golfers?
Practice. Practice and practice and practice and practice. That's the key. Putting in the hours, hitting golf balls each and every day as much as you can. Putting in the time really pays off.
Yes, and also a quick one as we come to the end of the interview. I was talking to some studio guys outside, and they don't have an idea of how golf works. If you can just put it in layman's language, what do you look for when a golf game is going on?
Getting the ball in the hole as quick as possible. That's the biggest key. But no, it's very complicated. We just have we have par 5s, we have par 4s, we have par 3s. The longest holes are par 5, the shortest holes are par 3. And in a par 5, you need a limited amount of 5 shots to take on that golf hole. And for the par 4 and the par 3, the same.
Yeah, I think we have to do like an extensive.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, but it has changed compared to the days before. And also, just quick back to the Kenyaopen. Kenyans have struggled so far in the Kenyaopen. Do you think this year we might see a change?
I think it's about time we saw a change. We don't have any excuses going into this Kenyaopen this year. Once again, we played plenty of events coming into the Open. So I think it's about time we did something now this year. There's no excuses. We've had the Safaritour now for the last 2 years. It's given us all these opportunities now to prepare without any excuses going to this Kenyaopen. So I think we should do good this week.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Gregsnow. Any last words?
No, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All the best as the Safaritour continues.
Thank you.
And we hope you'll retain the title.
Thanks.
Now let's just move on to some football news where